Hello. How are you, students? Yes, welcome to the Bet HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in the city of Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh, the Holy City. I am the Kohen Gadol, the High Priest, and I'm here to tell you today about the Avodah of Yom Kippur. What's that, you ask? I don't look like the Kohen Gadol? Oh, you're probably thinking that the Kohen Gadol needs to be appearing in the Shmona Begadim, the 8 garments of the Kohen Gadol. However, you are mistaken, my friends. Today is Yom Kippur. On Yom Kippur, I change for much of the day into white garments, pure white linen garments, a white hat, a white robe, even white pants underneath, a white belt. And the reason for this is the purity of the white symbolizes how Hashem will forgive the avonot, the sins of the Bnei Yisrael today. Also, our Chazal, our sages tell us, Ein kategor nases sanegor. The accuser cannot be your defense. And everyone knows that gold was involved in a big sin in the past of our people. Yes, I know all you students know it, the story of the golden calf. So I do not want to be appearing before Hashem on this day when I go into the Kodesh HaKadashim wearing any gold. Well, would you like to see what it is that we do on Yom Kippur? Sit back, relax, and I'll take you inside the Bet HaMikdash for a little tour. Come, my friends, follow me. Hello, everyone, and before we go in to the Bet HaMikdash, it's me, the Kohen Gadol, again. What? Oh, yes, this time I've changed my clothes. I do that a lot on Yom Kippur. I'm going to change right now into the Shmona Begadim, the 8 garments, the mitznefet, the turban that sits, the golden forehead plate, which said, Kodesh la Hashem, holy to God, always reminding me that God is with me, the Choshen, the 12 gemstones suspended, which set on it the names of each tribe, set in golden settings, set by golden chains, the ephod, the apron, the me'il, the sky blue apron, golden bells on the bottom, as well as the ketonet tashbetz, the checkered tunic, and the michnasayim, the pants, and the avnet, the belt. 8 garments with a lot of gold in there. I had to change out of those when I went into the Kodesh HaKadashim in front of the Aron. Well, before we go inside, I just want to let you know some of the things that you're going to be seeing in there. So check it out, some of these special avodot of Yom Kippur. So first of all, we have a lottery. No, not a lottery for mega millions, guys. This is a lottery for the fate of 2 goats, actually. 1 goat was sent La Hashem, to God. The other goat was sent La Azazel, to the cliffs of Azazel. And how this worked, we had 2 lotteries, 2 lots in a box. 1 lot set on it, La Hashem, to God, to be slaughtered as a korban on the Mizbeach. And 1 lot said La Azazel, to be sent to the cliffs of Azazel. And both of them were korbanot, but of different type. I put my hands in the box, took out the lotteries, and a miracle would always occur. If God had forgiven the Jewish people, the lottery symbolizing God's kindness, La Hashem, would come out in my right hand, and the lottery symbolizing the strictness of dealing with sin would come out in the left hand, La Azazel. And I would place them on the heads of the 2 goats, and then we would tie a red string on the neck of the goat that went to be shechted, to have shechita for a korban, and a red string on the horns of the goat that was going to be pushed off the cliff at Azazel. And what would happen later on is that goat was sent to a special cliff called Azazel, a long trip outside of Yerushalayim. The red string was tied partially on its horns, then another string was tied on a rock nearby, and another red string was hung in the Bet HaMikdash. And what would happen is that the goat was pushed backwards off of the cliff and shredded on those sharp rocks. And what would happen is this would symbolize that God is shredding up all of the sins of the Bnei Yisrael. If the Jewish people were forgiven, a miracle would occur, and that red string, would be transformed into a white string, symbolizing that the Jews were forgiven. Another avodah was going into the Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies. For this I had to dress in the Bigdei Lavan, the white garments, and I had to take with me a shovel full of ketoret, of incense, and then a pan full of coals, and we would put the ketoret on those coals until a pillar of smoke rose up and filled the Kodesh HaKodashim. At that point, I would step back and pray to Hashem for the sake of the Bnei Yisrael. Now, follow me into the Bet HaMikdash as I show you some more details. Welcome, students. Here we are inside the actual Bet HaMikdash, or the floor plan, bird's eye view of the Bet HaMikdash. Entering in through the eastern gate, walking through the Ezrat Nashim, the women's courtyard. More on that a different time. Walking up the steps of Shar Nikanor. And here I'm going to show you some very important things that I would do in the process of my avodah. You see, I had to go, each time I changed clothes from my golden outfit, to my white outfit. Oh, I got a twin over there. Cool shadow. And I had to go in between, splash, into the mikveh, into a special pool to purify myself. And additionally, I had to wash my hands and feet from a sink called the kior. And I had to do that before and after each time I went to the mikveh. So a total of 5 times going to the mikveh for 5 changes of clothing, and 10 times going to the kior, sanctifying myself at the kior. So, this is how it worked. First I showed up dressed in my golden garments, and I brought the regular morning tamid sacrifice, the ketoret, a mincha offering, poured some wine on the mizbeach. Then I went and sanctified my hands and feet, splash, took off the clothes, went into the mikveh, and came out, dressed in the white garments, went, did a vidui, a confession on the bull, did the lottery on the goats, took the ketoret, the fire pan, into the Holy of Holies. That's right there, inside the Bet HaMikdash, behind the curtain, the box that had the aron, the luchot were inside this aron, inside this box. And then I went outside, I sprinkled the blood, and I sent off that goat to Azazel, the cliffs of Azazel. Then, quickly, back to sanctify my hands and feet, took off the clothes, went into the mikveh, splash, came out, back into the golden clothes, and made a ram offering on the altar as an olah, brought the musaf offering, and then, sanctify the hands and feet, back into the mikveh. I'm getting good at diving here. Splash, came out, dressed in the white garments, and went back speedily into the Kodesh HaKodashim to retrieve the shovel and the spoon of ketoret that was now burnt up, and came back out, back to sanctify my hands and feet. Splash, back into the mikveh. Back dressed in the shmona begadim, the 8 garments. Still getting out of breath. Don't forget to sanctify my feet and hands each time I change clothes after the mikveh. And now I go finish the musaf, bring the evening tamid, ketoret, light the menorah, bring a mincha, and pour water, nisuch hamayim, pour water on the mizbeach. I am out of breath. That was a very long avodah. So, in short, what I want you students to remember is the Kohen Gadol changed his clothes 5 times back and forth. Each time went into the mikveh, so a total of 5 times going to the mikveh, and washed his hands and feet each time before and after, so a total of 10 times washing his hands and feet. What a holy day and a lot of work, but it was worth it. When Hashem forgave the Jewish people and I came out, people would sing and dance and make a chag, a yom tov, and it was the most beautiful sight to behold that you've ever seen. These days, you guys pray from the Machzor, and you only read about what I used to do. But very soon, Mashiach will come, and we will see it again in person in the Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, the third holy temple. Hello again, Kohen Gadol here. I just realized that I taught you a lot of information, and I don't know how you're going to remember that all of it happened in Vayikra Perek Tet Zayin. That's chapter 16. Whoa! Oh, it's you, the goat, the seir. Kohen Gadol, I have a great trick that we can get the kids to remember. What's the trick? Well, you see, first of all, tell them that chapter 16 in our secret code is chapter dish. Dish? What does dish have to do with chapter 16? Well, the D, as you know, contains a hidden 1 inside the stick of the D, and the I is a vowel, which doesn't count, and the SH sound, zh, makes the zh sound, and the zh sound is like a G, and if you flip the G upside down, it's really an upside down 6. So in our secret code, any zh sound is really an upside down G, a 6. So dish is 16, 1, and sh, zh, like upside down 6. Well, that's a little bit complicated. I'll take your word for it. So dish is really 16. That's right. Well, what does that have to how does that help the kids remember the events of chapter 16? Simple. You know how it was so crazy for you juggling all the avodot of Yom Kippur? Yes, it was very difficult. I was out of breath by the time it was all over. Well, I have a great trick for you next year that it will be much easier for you. What is that, my dear seir friend? Well, instead of you doing it, I could juggle dishes, and each dish would have a different avodah on it. Juggle dishes? Sure. Here's a stack of dishes, Kohen Gadol. Just throw them to me, and I'll catch them on my horns. Okay. Dishes instead? What is going on? Woo! Okay, I'm juggling a dish. Throw another one. Woo! Juggling 2 dishes. Woo! 3 dishes. 4 dishes. Whoa! Throwing them up. Throwing them down. Throwing them up. Throwing them down. Whoa, you are a talented goat juggling dishes. What on earth are you doing with all those dishes, and why do we need them for Yom Kippur? They are Yom Kippur avodah dishes. Here, the first one is a dish showing the lottery of the goats. Whoop, splash. Oh, that fell in the mikvah. Uh-oh, 3 left. Okay, I'm going to keep on juggling them. Juggle, juggle, juggle. And the next dish shows you tying the red string on the goat. Ah, psh, splash. Oh, no. 2 left. Okay, I'm going to juggle them very good. And this dish shows the goat being pushed off the cliff. That's my least favorite part. Ah, splash into the mikveh 4th time. And finally, the going into the Kodesh HaKodashim with the Ketoret and throw the last dish in the mikveh. Ah, splash! 5 dishes in the mikveh. It was more like 4 dishes. Well, you get the point. It's a silly memory system. And if you get dishes and you juggle them, you won't have to work so hard. Just give them to the goat to juggle the dishes. I don't think so. I think God really wants me to do this avodah myself. Thank you very much, Seir. But that might help the kids to remember what happened in this parak. Thank you very much for watching.